one location. And then, 1 hour or so before the inauguration was due to take place, there was that explosion in Madrid, which mainstream media have told us was a gas explosion. I've been told it was a bomb, and that was one of the reasons, or the main reason, why there was no good guy action at the inauguration, because that was a very credible threat, which unfortunately or sadly was sorted. The good guys had it all worked out and dealt with an hour or so later, but the timing had slipped. So that explosion did just what the bad guys wanted it to do, which was to delay and stop that.
The first thing I want you to know is where the smoke's at right now, because the smoke is just coming out of the building. This explosion just happened. It's going to be a while before the fire department even gets here. This person turned around, turned on their camera, and now you can really see where the smoke is finally coming out of the building. If this was a gas leak, then there would have had to been gas on every single floor to blow out all of the walls, all the interior walls, and all the exterior walls. Because if there was just, say, gas completely filling one, let's give it a whole floor, the rest would be pressure. I'm sure fire would come through, but you're dealing with air pressure on all those other floors. You're not dealing with the air exploding on the other floors. You're dealing with the pressure from the gas exploding on the other floor. So elevator shafts, wherever the air can get through, the vents and the anywhere the air could push through, you're going to get enough air pressure to blow out windows. There's supposedly 8 suitcases that are yellow cake uranium, like just 1 gram, micro-nuclear. The missing one, I think it's right there. And those are thanks to Hillary and Obama supposedly skimming off stolen uranium that they were selling to the bad guys. So that's the result of Hillary's work right there and Obama. Supposedly, if the suitcases do exist, they're saying it's because of those 2 people.
And that's the sort of situation that's been faced here, that it isn't just a simple case of knocking on a door and doing something. There is a wealth of people underneath these bad guys who are still resisting terribly. Look at Paul Linwood. They're now trying to prosecute him for voting in one place and living in another. They're actually accusing Linwood of voter fraud.
Wouldn't that be absentee ballot?
Because the evil side so hate Linwood because he's done so much to bring the truth out, that they will try and turn the whole thing on himself. And that's why people like Lieutenant General Flynn and others are very aware that the other side still got teeth regarding the election, that President Trump would be successful if those around him who had originally put him in that position, who had convinced him to do this, to become president, to fight the great evil, if those same people stood by him. Now the good news is that those people have not deserted him. And so the point is that he is still an integral part of what is playing out. And, the Congress, Senate, still going ahead with this impeachment against a private individual. And as Flynn said, he must be the president, because you cannot impeach a private individual. As far as the on-the-face public rules are, he's a private individual. But obviously, under the scenes, the bad guys still consider him the president. Of course, because Biden's in a studio pretending to be in the Oval Office. President Trump is in Mar-a-Lago, which, if you didn't know, was the winter, I can't remember, because it's in Florida, isn't it? So the temperatures are much warmer than they are here in Britain. We're expecting a terrible snowstorm soon. But it was the retreat place. Let's just call it that. It was the retreat place for the president who wanted to come out of D.C., and goodness knows, you would want to come out of D.C., wouldn't you? Come out of D.C., go into Mar-a-Lago, and, do your time and then go back, recharge and go back. And I understand that it was too expensive to maintain. It was sold back, and then President Trump bought it and decided that would be a really good building. I think when he bought it, this plan was already being created. And it's got control rooms, it's got underground bunkers, it's got everything you need. It's like a little mini White House. And so he's there, the president, in the other White House. And of course, what we all want is mainstream media to carry that news. We want it so that we all have the opportunity, whether it's on a cell phone, mobile phone, television, or radio, whatever it is, it's going to be in our face. And that those people who have willfully ignored the facts or just gone through life half asleep will be forced to at least confront this truth. That's what we want, because we know the only way that we can truly say that we've turned a corner is when mainstream media changes and the truth is one way or the other got out there. And that for us is the big point. But if...
Wow, funny he just said that, because Time magazine just came out with their article 2 days ago, or 3 days ago at this point, in which they stated in the headline of their politics section that it was the true story of the shadow, I forget what they said, shadow movement that basically they said save the election. I'm sorry, it's late, but I'm sure if you're listening to a channel like mine, you've probably long heard of this Time magazine article. And honestly, if you haven't, put a link, I mean not a link, but a comment if you want to know more, because I really do want to do a video on it. I just want to do it justice, and that would require a little bit more of my time. So I am going to thank you so much for sharing this time with me this evening. God bless you. And I look forward to spending some time again. Until then, be blessed. Be well.